Have you ever poured out your heart to God day after day after day, and it seemed like He was completely silent? Like He wasn't even there. Maybe it was for your marriage, and it fell apart. Maybe it was for that job you desperately needed, and it never came through. Maybe it was for some kind of healing, or maybe it was for somebody you loved, and you prayed desperately for them to live, and they died. Dear friends, I know what that prayer is like more than once in my life. In fact, I can't tell you how I poured out to God my prayers on behalf of my son. And God was silent. Isn't it amazing how sometimes the thing that we need the most, the thing that we want most desperately, the thing that to us and everybody we know seems like the obvious time, the obvious moment when God ought to be stepping in and solving a problem or answering a prayer, providing a blessing or healing a loved one, and He does not do it. Just like John. John needed Jesus to release the captives, and He does not do it. It's in those moments when doubt comes creeping in, doesn't it? In fact, I think that's not exactly right. It's that moment when doubts come crashing in, and our faith is shaken. So what I want to do in these last few moments is I want to share with you 3 points on dealing with doubt. And this is what I'm going to ask you to do. I want you to write these down, because you may be in this spot right now. Or it may be something that's coming around the corner and you will need these points. But the thing that I know is you know someone, you know people who need these points. And as your pastor, I want you to be prepared to share the hope that lives inside of you. When you encounter a loved one or a friend or a neighbor who is battling with doubts because God seems to be completely silent, I want you to have something hopeful and encouraging to say to them. Are you ready? Point number 1. Every person has doubts. John the Baptist had doubts. When he was struggling and in desperate straits, John had doubts. Peter had doubts. All of the disciples had doubts. All of the characters of the Scripture had doubts. In fact, hear me clearly, Jesus Himself had doubts. When He was in the Garden of Gethsemane, when He was under that incredible stress and He was about to take those steps